Hi everyone, my name's David Giblin. I'm a teacher at Chifley College Bidwill campus, and I'm currently teaching a class of marine studies students. This class has been involved in a aquaponics, an aquaponics setup. We've been creating our own particular setup. And so what we're here to do is to actually introduce you to this particular setup, different aspects of the setup, and hopefully you can take some of that information and incorporate that into aquaponics at your home. Before I continue, can I also thank Blacktown City Council. They've contributed about $1,700 towards this project as part of the Eco Sustainable Schools project, and I would certainly like to thank them for their contribution in getting this particular system established. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to the students and they'll explain various aspects of the system.
As part of our biological filter, we're using 20ml recycled gravel. We're using crushed rocks, crushed gravel and crushed tiles. This is my team working on our filtering system. As you come over here, come on, you see Mason here, the hard work, cleaning up gravel, put it in our water system, doing that, and we're washing it to prevent any dirty things from entering our...
Right, we've got 10,000 litres of water in our big tank here, which flows roughly 2,000 litres at any one given time through our system, going to our 3 spas, one of which we have set up as a pond, and the other 2 are our growing beds. We've got the water flows out of these pipes, these 3 pipes down here going to each spa. These spas then flow it back into our sump tank, which then will flow it back into our big tank.
Just a couple of technical issues relating to the whole aquaponics system. One of the major issues is ensuring that we've got a balance of the amount of water coming out of our 10,000 litre fish pond as opposed to the amount of water that we're pumping back into it. At the moment there is a little bit of a discrepancy. We've got a pump down here that pumps about 10,000 litres an hour, so it'll empty that sump pond in about 6 minutes. But the sump pond doesn't refill in the same amount of time. So this is why the float switch is so important, because it turns that pump on and off, allowing that water to catch up with the flow rate. With our pond here as well, we've set this up so that this flows back in, but this pipe here originally had a tendency to act like a siphon. Now we needed to break that siphon, and all we did was to do that was we put in a little hole at the top of the pipe, and that simply just broke the siphon, and it just allows water to flow fairly nicely. The other major issue, of course, is we've got 10,000 litres of water sitting in this tank, and that did pose a particular danger if anyone happened to fall into that tank. So we didn't want our students drowning. That's a very bad look for a school to have students drowning. So what we've done is we've just screened off our tank with a bit of wire mesh to ensure that no student can actually get into that tank. We have added one so that it's a door. And so that simply allows us access to our tank.
A key feature of this pump is the float switch. So when it rises to the top, it automatically turns on, and when it floats to the bottom, it automatically turns off. So when the tank runs dry, it automatically just switches off.
This is our sump pond, and it's made from an IBC. It collects the water before it's moved up to the main tank.
Excellent. Done.
One of the things you need for our fish is oxygen. So we have all these pipes pulling the water into the tank, which is creating bubbles, just aerating the tank.
Hi, Davey and Davo. That's the Bidwill farm. We've got an aquaponics system. It's completely made out of recycled material. It consists of 3 spa baths we found on the side of the road. I'll hand it over to you.
Thanks, Davey. Davo. On the spa baths, we have 25ml electrical conduit, which provides framework for netting and rescue birds out.
Hi, back at our aquaponics system down at Bidwill farm. These are our expanded clay balls. We use them because they're perfect for growing plants, because they have a neutral nature. They also maintain a good balance of food, water and air, and they're easy to use.
By expanded clay balls, we put them over the gravel for the plants to grow.
These are spreader pipes. We drilled holes into them so that where the water comes from can spread across the surface.
Our gravel in our growing media cycles water through, which has 2 types of bacteria on it, which is ammonia or fish waste, which one of the bacteria breaks down into nitrite, and the other bacteria breaks down nitrite to nitrate, which is the plants use as fertilizer.
One of the purpose of this aquaponic system is to actually grow some plants. So what we've got here is some endive that we've just picked up from Bunnings. We're just going to be splitting our plants very gently. And you'll notice that these plants are grown in soil, and of course hydroponics is growing without soil. So we're just slowly, delicately separating our plants. And in this water, we're just going to gently wash away the soil from our plant. And Aaron's doing a lovely job here just getting the soil off. You see here we've got two plants growing very closely together. We'll see if we can actually separate those. Okay, we've now taken our plants and we're just going to start planting our small seedlings into the bed. We're just forming a bit of a hole and just making sure that our roots are covered. And of course each of these little holes here actually feeds a little bit of the water to the plant. And of course these plants will also aid in removing the nitrate from the water. And this forms the hydroponic part of our system. Okay.
This is our pond tank. We're using plants to remove nitrate from the water. We're using plants such as free floating plants such as duckweed, elephant ears, which are submerged plants, and papyrus, which is an emergent plant.
These are jade perchfish. They're a native fish from Queensland. We're currently keeping them up in this tank as the weather is pretty cold. So when the weather does get warmer, we'll be transferring them down to our aquaponic system as they provide the nutrients for our plants.